Hello everyone, welcome back to Easy Education London, and in this video what I wanted to do is to look at the English language paper 2, which you all will be sitting very soon, and also provide some top tips on how to prepare for this exam. Now if I just scroll through the slides, I just wanted to go over some key information for your exam and also talk about it in further detail. Now if you look at the component 1 and component 2, most of you have already done component 1. Now I'm going to look at specifically component 2 and the key information going into the exam. So if I just zoom in here, component 2 for Edexcel is your non-fiction, okay, and transactional writing. Hang on, let me just rub this out. So it's your non-fiction text and your transactional writing, as you can see. Now this paper is worth more than paper 1 or component 1. So it's worth in fact 60% of your GCSE, and it is an external examination. And what are some things you need to be aware of? So you will be asked to compare one literary non-fiction, okay, remember it'll be a non-fiction text, with another one non-fiction text from the 20th and 21st century. And you will also have one transactional writing task to do, so that's your 40 marker. And what assessment objectives are being assessed? AO1, AO2, AO3, AO4, AO5, and AO6, okay? So these are the areas or the skills being assessed for component 2. Now let's dive in and let's have a look at it in further detail. So what do you need to know for component 2? So I know many of you are doing this exam literally in a few days, depending on when you're watching it. And what you need to look at in further detail is that component 2, which should be sitting on the 6th of June, okay, it's worth 96 marks. Okay, this is for Edexcel for your information. And the weighting of paper 2 or component 2 is 60%. Okay, that is clearly more than component 1. So what does this tell us? It tells us you need to be well prepared for paper 2. Now, questions to answer, you've got 8. So there's 7 reading questions, as you can see, and you've got 1 writing question. And their time for the exam is exactly 2 hours and 5 minutes, okay? So slightly longer compared to the AQA exam board, but you get the point. And this is something that you need to be aware of. Now, what do you need to prepare, especially for section A, just for your preparation? So you'll have 2 unseen non-fiction extracts from the 20th and 21st century, okay? One of these texts will be literary non-fiction, and the word count across the 2 extracts will be approximately 1,000 words. And the minimum length of an extract will be 350 words. Questions will be on text 1, followed by text 2. There will be a mixture of short and extended response questions on the extracts. And the final question of this section requires students to compare the writer's ideas and how they are presented in the text. Now, you know this for section A, these are the assessment objectives that are being assessed. So from AO1 all the way up to AO4. And then for section B, okay, your transactional writing. Writing tasks are linked by a theme to the reading extract, okay? It is possible for the same form, for example, a letter or an article, to be present in both tasks in the same paper, but with a different focus and audience. So that's something that you need to be aware of, okay? So you may be asked to write a letter, for example, or even an article. So just be mindful of that and know how to write a letter and an article. So now, if you're wondering, sir, I don't know how to write a letter, I don't know how to write a speech, I don't know how to write an article. Well, luckily, I've got videos on YouTube to help you. So do go over our playlist and you'll find videos on how to write a letter and an article. Now, moving on. So that's to do with planning component 1 of paper 1. I'm going to skip that, skip this as well, and just go over some key facts for you to remember. So just skip this. Yeah. So these are some things you need to consider for component 2. So it's clearly an important paper, okay? And it's worth more for your English language compared to paper 1. Now, section A reading, the focus of this section is on reading and comparing non-fiction and literary non-fiction texts from the 20th and 21st century. Now, what are some texts that you may come across in your exam? Okay, it could be, for example, articles and reviews. It could be speeches. It could be journals, and it can be reference book extracts. Okay, so these are some things that you can come across. And also, what are some literary non-fiction texts that you may come across in your exam? An autobiography, letters, obituaries, and travel writing. These are some things for you to remember. So these are not exhaustive. So texts that are essentially transient, such as instant news feeds and advertisements, will not form parts of the assessment. And then for section B, your transactional writing here, you will have the following. So if I just go over in further detail, the focus of this section is writing a transactional piece of work which is structured, so it's organized, with a clear sense of audience and using a range of vocabulary, very important. So make sure you have learned some ambitious vocabulary for your exam, spelling and punctuation. So what does this mean, students? You need to make sure that you've got accurate spelling and you are also using a variety of punctuation. So these are some things for you to consider for your exam. And ultimately, look, this is your percentage or assessment objective with the percentage. Now, I'm sure you all want to do really well in your English exams. So you can see here on the right hand side, the percentage in GCSE. From your reading on the left hand side here to your writing on the left hand side. Now, clearly, what we've noticed is that your writing section plays a significant role in your overall grade. So AO5, as you can see, is worth 30% of your GCSE. And AO6 is worth 20%. And remember, that's just one question. One question alone is worth 50%. So if you're asking, sir, how do I revise? And what do I need to do? Your focus is, you should prioritize this question. So transactional writing, persuasive writing, section B of your exam. Okay, so that's that. And not only that, obviously you're reading as well. So your AO4, your AO3 as well. So what you can do, you can take a screenshot of this and use this to help you revise. And look, you have to revise smart for your exams. Okay, you cannot revise. Yes, you do revise hard, but you need to focus on revising smart. Look at the percentages provided, and use that accordingly, and prioritize the questions based on that. So that's that. So I hope you found this video informative. I was just going over the key information for English language, okay, specifically paper 2. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have plenty more exciting videos on the way. Do subscribe on Easy Education London. And also do follow us on all social media platforms, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube at Easy Education London. Thank you all for your continued support. I do highly appreciate it. And do give this video a like and double tap as well, as it does help push this out to other students. And that is it for today's video. Best of luck for your exams. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share for more. Thank you.